What do you think Raiders players were thinking while they were watching Sunday Night Football and Khalil Mack balling out last night?
I think they were happy for him, first of all, because I feel like he was one of the team leaders and one of the experienced guys that they respected and looked up to. So I think they were happy for him overall. I think they would definitely rather have him doing that for them. But that's the thing about the NFL, man. You know, it's part business, part football. So, you know, as an NFL player, you have to understand both sides because at some point it's going to be your time to go through the business or the football deal. But I think the Raiders fans and Raider Nation was probably a little upset.
Pissed off.
Yeah.
Watching that last night.
Yeah.
Okay, so before we get to the business stuff with Le'Veon, let's continue on this track right now. You know Gruden well, right?
Yes.
From your 2003 season.
Mm-hmm.
You just told the television audience that is that the best coach-player relationship that you had in your career?
Definitely. Things didn't go that well for me in Arizona, and he believed in me and traded for me. And it's crazy, when I got to Tampa, he thought I was 205, but I put a lot of weight on. And so the first time he saw me, he looked at me and like, what? Are you playing linebacker? And I'm like, no, I'm playing running back. And so he took me in his office, and he sat down, and he said, I believe in you. I know things didn't go well for you, but I believe in your ability. I wanted you when you came out in the draft. I didn't get a chance to get you. So I'm going to play some tape, and I want you to tell me what you think. So he hits play. First play is me against Clemson in college at Virginia. Next play is me against Florida State, me against Georgia Tech. And he's like, who is that guy? And I'm like, that's me. He's like, who is that guy? Every clip, that's me. And so he was like, this is the guy I traded for. And he reached in his drawer and pulled his jersey out, and it's number 6. So he said, you're going to wear this jersey throughout training camp because this is the guy that I believe you are. And it was the player that I was in college. And so, you know, from that point on, you know, we just clicked and just had this really close relationship. And over the course of the season, I mean, when I came there, they had just won the Super Bowl. They had like 7 backs already. So I was like last on the depth chart. And he just continued to give me opportunities. And I remember at the end of the year when I was about to become a free agent, he pulled me in his office and he was like, I don't want to let you go. I don't want you to go to another team. He literally said, I want you to be here. I want you to be a Buccaneer the whole time I'm here. And unfortunately, the business didn't work. And I ended up going to Chicago. And I think we had a Monday night game. By that time, he had retired or something. And I saw him in a meeting before the game. And it was just weird to see him and him to see me because it was always like I was one of his players and he was my coach, even to this day. So if I could see him tomorrow, we would be the same reaction. So yeah, he's definitely somebody that I really.
So interesting, Thomas Jones here on the Rich Eisen Show. Thomas Q. Jones here on the Rich Eisen Show. Is that it's so obvious he knows how to motivate players.
Yeah,
it's
definitely.
so obvious that he knows what makes players tick, and it's not something that he forgot by going in the Monday night booth for as long as he did.
No.
So he's got to know that not holding on to Mack and trading him away a week before the season is not going to play well in that locker room.
I think
right?
he hasn't been in coaching for a while, and I think he wanted to establish himself as the coach and as the leader of the team. I mean, when I was in Tampa, he had the same situation with Keyshawn. So that whole Keyshawn Johnson, Gruden deal was going on that year I was in Tampa, where he made him inactive for the rest of the season because they didn't get along. I mean, I think definitely he wants to be the man on the team. He wants the players to respect him as the coach. I think he knows there's a lot of pressure on him. They gave him a lot of money. You know, the Raiders are expecting him to come in and win immediately.
But Khalil Mack's not that type of guy, Thomas, where he's, from what I've been told.
No.
The one time that I interviewed him, he's not one of those guys like, this is my locker room.
No, he doesn't seem
and
like
follow
that
me
at all.
and not the coach. So don't you think the coach, by paying that guy, would have been able to establish himself as the I'm here for you, the same way that he established himself for you, Thomas?
That's the only logical reason I can see him not paying him or keeping him. I mean, this guy's one of one. I mean, he's an incredible player. He's productive. He's a team leader. I mean, you build your team around a guy like this. So that's the only logical reason I can see for him to get rid of him and not pay him. I mean, honestly, to me, it's mind-boggling. But knowing him, knowing John, and knowing his mindset as far as him just being an egotistical coach, like most coaches are in the NFL, he wanted to plant his flag and say, this is my team. This is going to be run the way that I want it to be run. And if you're not down with the cause, then you won't be here. And it doesn't seem like that was a good decision. at this point. I know it's week 1, but I mean, unless this guy, Mack gets injured, I mean, he's an incredible player,
The Rich Eisen Show, weekdays at noon Eastern on Audience.